Hey guys, this is your review for your quiz that you have today. I am going to go through every single answer on the quiz, so if you pay attention, you're probably going to do pretty good on the quiz. So, chances are this is going to be disrupted at some point from one of my kids or my dog, so you'll see that my life is insane, so it's fine. All right, you need to know the formula of a line first, which is y equals mx plus b. This is the formula that we use anytime that you see a line, okay? You need to know what a couple of these things stand for. You need to know what the m stands for. The m is your slope, okay? And the b is your y-intercept. Now, what do those things mean? Slope means how steep a line is. So, like, are you gonna ski down the hill and die? Are you gonna ski down the bunny hill and be just fine? The steepness of a line, remember we used the rolling of a ball thing a long time ago. Let's talk about that. The y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-line. So this is your y-line. So it's where it crosses. It intersects there. So it's called the y-intercept. Okay? You're going to need to know the formula of the line, y equals mx plus b, and what the m and the b stand for. So if you want to take some notes, or you can just go back to this, whatever you want to do. Next, you're going to have to be able to graph a couple of lines. Okay, so if we have a graph like this, obviously if this was school, this would look better. But you're just gonna have to deal with what I got here. I was lucky I found a whiteboard. And markers for that matter. Okay, so here's my little pretty graph here. Let's say that the line is y equals 2/3 x plus 1. Okay? You always start at the end. So you start with the y-intercept number and you draw a dot right on the y line. So at 1, positive 1, I'm going to put a dot. You only need 2 dots to make a line. You could have more than that, but you only need 2 dots. The second dot, we're going to use the slope to find. So it's 2/3. This number tells you to go up or down. Down if it's negative, up if it's positive, and the bottom number always tells you to go to the right. So if it's 2/3, that means I go up 2 from this dot, 1, 2, and right 3, 1, 2, 3. And I put a second dot there. Okay, all you need is those 2 dots, and then you just connect it with a line, and that's how you graph a line. I'll do one more of those. We'll use some negatives this time. All right, let's say you had y equals negative 1/2 x minus 3. Okay, again, you always start at the end. So you start at minus 3, which is negative 3. And you start on negative 3 on your y line, because that's where it intercepts the y. So 1, 2, 3, put a dot. Then from there, we use our slope. So remember, this number tells me to go up or down, and this one tells me to go right. It's a negative 1, which means I go down 1, because down is negative, and I go right 2. You always go to the right. Draw another line, and you have that graph. All right, next question. After you're graphing regular lines, then you got to talk about inequalities. So an inequality just means that we're using one of these 4 symbols. So less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. You're still graphing a line, but the type of the line is going to change. If it's just a plain less than or greater than sign, you're going to use a dotted line to graph. If it's less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, you're going to use a solid line, just like you did before. And we're going to do some shading. So you're going to need the shading on here. All right, so we've got our graph again. equal sign, you're going to see a different sign. So let's say we have y is less than 1/2 x plus, no, we'll do minus 4. Okay, you're going to start the same way you did before. So you're going to start at the end with that minus 4. So I'm going to put a dot on the minus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put a dot there. Okay, then I have to move my slope just like I did before. So 1/2. So up 1, right 2. From this dot, up 1, right 2, put another dot. Okay? Now, it's a less than sign. That is a dotted line. And I gave you notes on that a few days ago. Did you take them? I don't know, but maybe you did. So if you did, you might know this. It's a dotted line. So instead of connecting them with a straight arrow, it's a dotted arrow line like that. Okay, now you have to shade in. You have to shade in 1/2 of the graph, which means I either have to shade all the way above the line or all the way below the line. And we're going to decide that is right here. It says it's less than this line. So if you think about this like a hill, less than the line is what's underground, bigger than the line is what's above the ground. Okay? So this says that it is less than. So it's underground. I think I showed you guys in the last video. It's like a little dude snowboarding here. If it's less than, he's buried. If it's greater than, he's up in the sky. So less than is all of this. So you would shade all of that. Okay? Let's try another one. Let's say this time I just did y is greater than or equal to -3. I have no x's, I have no other funny business. Whenever you see something like this, a y is equal to or less than or equal to, but there's no x's, or it's an x is less than or equal to, there's just one letter there, it's going to be a straight line. It's either going to be, boom, horizontal line or vertical line. It will not tip at all. It's going to be straight up and down or straight side to side. The y, in this case, is going to be a straight side to side line like this. So, you go to -3 on the y line. If this was x, you would make a mark on the x line, but it's y, so you're going to make a mark on the y line. So at -3, I'm going to put a dot. It's an or equal to line, so that's a solid line. So solid line all the way across. It says that it is greater than that. So think about this as -3. The numbers below are less than that numbers. The -3, all these are greater than that number. So I would shade this entire top section. So on these problems today, you're going to get 3 points. 1 point, your line's got to be in the right spot. Second point, is it a dotted line or is it a solid line? You know, is it like this or is it like this over here? The third point is the shading. Did you shade on the right side? So those ones are worth 3, so don't skip them. They're worth a lot of points. Okay, I'm just gonna go, because I've forgotten to do this before, and double check your quiz and make sure I didn't forget to go through anything. I hope you guys are doing well. All right, so let me look here at our quiz. I think I've hit everything that's gonna be on the quiz. So if you need to go through and watch this again, go ahead and do that. If you're all set, yay, you're all set, go ahead and take your quiz. Remember, points are 2 things right now. 60% of this is just that you do your homework. If you do it, I give you 100% points on it. I'm not checking it, I'm just seeing that you did it. And then the quizzes are worth 40%, okay? So, do your work and you'll easily pass. Probably get a really good grade here. So, I hope that you're doing well. Let me know if you're struggling to get anything done, if your internet's not working, whatever is the problem, let me know and I'll try to work with you. But I hope that you're doing okay. And I will talk to you again next week. Have a good day.